You guys know what really pisses me off? This. This. And this. You know what these are? These are games without updated art assets to match the new Steam library update that came out some 3 or 4 years ago, I believe. As you can see here, these games use the old standard, which was like a horizontal box art sort of deal. It was the old grid, and now the Steam library uses vertical style box art. You know, kind of like what modern consoles use nowadays. I have to say, wow, this sucks. Like, okay, I get that some of these games are like small indie games that don't have a lot of budget, or some of these games just have companies that no longer function. They're bankrupt or some crap like that. Or perhaps they're just really, really old games that may not be worth the time and effort to update these box arts. But come on, man, seriously? This looks ugly. This just looks plain bad. You have rare instances where games that were delisted from Steam don't have it updated, which I might understand. But then you have weird cases where delisted games do have the box art update, like Dark Souls Prepare to Die. The only real qualifier is that the game was probably old enough to not get a new box art immediately. And then I guess the developers just forgot or something. Like, you know, it's not just AAA developers that forget, it's also indie developers that forget too. Let's scroll down a bit. Like, look at this. Hyper Light Drifter. Excellent game. Guess what though? It doesn't have box art. You know what's even worse? The Epic version of the game has this vertical box art. Like, seriously, dude, you put in the effort for Epic Games, but you don't put in the effort for Steam? Come on, man. We bought your game when it first came out. The least you could do is throw us a bone, couldn't you? It gets even worse when games are in a series. Like, look at this. Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, and Ground Zeroes. They're more or less two halves of a whole. It's horribly mismatched. Same with Metal Gear Rising. See, this is what happens when you fire Kojima from your company. You lose the ability to change your art assets in Steam. Let's look at another game, Valda's Story. Good game, by the way, you should play it. But you know what I wish they would do? I wish they'd update this. I tweeted at the devs about this. You know what they did? They liked my tweet, but you know what they didn't do? They didn't fix this. And it's not even just the box art too. It's also missing other things that made it to the new standard. Let's look at Valhalla, another excellent game. There's the game's logo, as well as some nice art. Valda's Story doesn't have this. And look, it's not even just Valda's Story too. Look, it's also Hyper Light Drifter. Like, come on, Heart Machine, I know you can do better. You did better for Epic. All I'm gonna say is, don't harass developers, but also, please, just ask them nicely. I beg you, if you're a developer that can update your own artwork, please update your artwork. Come on. Like, yeah, I could go through Steam grids, but I don't want to go through that effort, especially not on my Steam Deck. If you know a developer that's still in business, but that hasn't updated their artwork on Steam, tell them to update their artwork on Steam. Heck, you can even send this video to them. I give you permission to send this video to them. Tell them High Tech Lowlife said hi.